Good morning, students. In my last class, I have given you a small introduction about chapter 6, tissue. And today, I will explain you about tissue again. Okay? So let's start. So let's recall the things. What is tissue? This I explained you. Okay? So tissue is it is it is a group of cell of similar structure which combine together to perform a specific function, form a tissue. Okay, so this we discussed last time. Fine. It means group of cells which are of similar structure. What does it mean? Means some of the cells, they group together, they combine together, and their structure is similar. So by combining, they perform a same function. Okay, a specific function they perform. So they make a tissue. Right? Okay. Now today we are going to discuss definition of tissue, images of tissue, types of tissue, in which we will discuss about meristematic tissue and permanent tissue, then types of meristematic tissue and meaning of permanent tissue. So let's start. Here, see, I have explained you the same thing. Group of cells of similar structure combine together to perform a specific function, form a tissue. Okay. So here in this diagram, you can see that cells are there which are grouped together and they have similar structure. Okay. So they are making a tissue. In the cell, you can see this is the cytoplasm and this is vacuole. Then this is the nucleus here present. And this is the intercellular air spaces. So what is intercellular spaces? Means intercellular, means the space present between the cells. The space present between the cells. Okay, then, and this is the primary thin cell wall. Fine. Okay, so now let's come to the next one. Here, this is the just for your better understanding, I have made this slide in which it is showing images of tissue. So 4 types of tissue has been shown here, and these are all animal tissues. This is the connective tissue. This is the connective tissue. Then this is epithelial tissue. This is muscle tissue, and this is nervous tissue. Okay. So here in this tissue structure, you can see that how in the connective tissue, cells are present. Here, just see here, cells are present here. It is also present here. It is also present here. And what I want to show you, I want to show you that all these cells, they have similar type of structures. Okay, that's why they are making a complete tissue. Here also in this diagram, you can see this is one cell, this is one cell, this is one cell, and all these cells are of similar structure. Okay, then this is the muscle tissue. Here also it contains cells which are of similar type. Then this is nervous tissue, in which you can see this is one of the cell, this is one of the cell which are same. Okay, so just I want to tell you that cells having similar structure combine together to perform a specific function, they make a tissue. Okay. Now, types of tissue. There are 2 types of tissues. One is meristematic tissue, another is permanent tissue. Okay. So let's discuss about them. Meristematic tissue, dear children, you know, in case of a plant, the growth of plant is occurring in certain specific regions, like at the root tip and the shoot tip. So in that specific region, dividing cells called meristematic tissues, okay, dividing tissues called meristematic tissues are present, and on the basis of their position in the plant, the meristematic tissues are classified into three categories. Number one is apical meristem, number two is lateral meristem, and number three is intercalary meristem. Okay, we will study about them. Just you see about this first. Now, meristematic tissue, its occurrence means where it is present. It is present in the growing regions of the plant, as I told you, in the root and shoot. Okay, then shape, their shape may be spherical, oval, or rectangular. Then intercellular spaces are present. It means in this tissue, for example, here, if this is a tissue, inside a tissue, cells are present like this, and like this. Okay, so cells are present. So in the diagram, as we have seen, the space, this space which is present between the cell is known as intercellular space. So here, in case of meristematic tissue, the cells are very, very close to each other. Means, for example, like here cell is there, here another cell is there, here another cell is there. So like this they are arranged, because of which the intercellular space is completely absent. The cells are compactly arranged, very close to each other. Then vacuoles are absent. In case of meristematic tissue, vacuoles are not present. Just go back to the previous chapter where we read that the function of vacuole is of storage plus giving support. So here these meristematic tissue, they do not need support. That's why vacuoles are not present. Then active cells. Meristematic tissue contain cells which are very, very active, because continuously they are dividing. So they are very, very active. So in cell, the cytoplasm is present, which is very dense. Okay. Then cell wall is there, which is made up of cellulose. Nuclei is prominent. Prominent means it is also very active. Why it is active? Because the cell has to undergo cell division, and we know, we read also in cell division, which is occurring in the cell, in that nucleus has a very important role. So that's why nucleus is prominent here, and cell division is present, which is very, very active. Okay, so these are some of the characteristics of meristematic tissue. Now come to types of meristematic tissue. As I told you, on the basis of the position of the presence of dividing tissue or meristematic tissue in the plant, the meristematic tissues are classified into three main categories. Number one is apical meristem, number two is lateral meristem, and number three is intercalary meristem. Okay. So in apical meristem, these are present at the shoot and the root apex. Shoot and the root apex means at the tip of the shoot and the root apex and the root. Okay. And then what is their function? They increase length of root and stem. It means if they are present at the tip of the root and stem, then when the plant is increasing in its length, it is increasing from the shoot tip, and it is increasing in length from the root tip. Okay, so that's why their function is to increase the length. Okay, Then come to lateral meristem. Lateral meristem, it is present beneath the bark. Where the bark is present? Bark is present on the above surface of the stem. So they are present beneath the bark, means bark ke niche. And what is their function? Their function is to increase girth. Girth means मोटाई of root and shoot. Root and shoot की जो मोटाई होती है उसको बढ़ाना किसका काम है? Lateral meristem का. Okay. Then intercalary meristem. Intercalary meristem, they are present at the base of leaves. Okay, base of leaves. Base of leaves means at the position of node, and their function is to increase length of organ, means they are present at the base of node and they increase the length of leaf. Here by this diagram I'll explain you this. See, this is the apical meristem which is present at the tip of the shoot. This is the tip of the shoot and they are present here, and the length of the plant increases in this way. Okay, in this way. Then after that you can see intercalary meristem. It is present here at the base of the leaf, which is helping in the increase in the length of the leaf. And then lateral meristem, it is present here and increasing the girth of the stem. Girth of the stem means girth of the stem means the thickness of the stem. Okay, so this, in this diagram you can understand these three. Then come to images of types of meristematic tissue. Here again I am showing you the three types of meristem and you can better understand here. Here in this structure, this is the structure of a plant and this is the shoot apical meristem, means this is the apical region, and here in this diagram also you can see this is the shoot apical meristem, means in the apical part of shoot meristematic tissues are present. Then roots are present here, and in the roots you can see this is the tip of the root. Okay, and in the tip root apical meristem is present. Okay, this is root apical meristem. Okay, then just see here the intercalary meristem. In the intercalary meristem, this is present at the node. Here this is the node, and in the node intercalary meristem is present. In this diagram you can see it better. See, this is the node and this is the base of the node. Okay, so here is intercalary meristem present. Then lateral meristem, see, this is the stem portion and this is the girth, means motai. Okay, so lateral meristem is just present beneath the bark, which is increasing the girth, means thickness of the stem, like this. Fine. Now let's come to the next one. Okay, so it was all about meristematic tissue. Now come to permanent tissue. What are permanent tissues? Now listen student, what happens? The meristematic tissue, in that cells are there which continuously divide. Okay, they are continuously dividing, and what happens? The cells which are already they have divided, they convert their shape. They convert their shape, means they acquire a permanent shape and structure. Okay, and they become permanent tissue. So let's read it. And the cells which are already divided, they get mature. The meristematic tissues are immature, and these cells which become mature, what happens? They lose the ability to divide. Okay, these cells, they lose the ability to divide. Now they cannot divide anymore. They cannot show cell division. So permanent tissue, what are their characteristics? Cells lose the ability to divide, then take a specific role. means their role become specific. Okay, then thus are permanent tissue. So how all these things are happening? This all things are happening because of differentiation. Fine. So what is differentiation? This process of taking a permanent shape, then size and function is called differentiation. So differentiation, it is the process in which the meristematic tissue, uh, in which the cells are there in meristematic tissue, which have already divided. So afterwards they become mature and they take a permanent shape, size and function. This is called differentiation. So we can say that cells of meristematic tissue differentiate to form different types of permanent tissue. Then come to structure. How is the structure of permanent tissue? In their structure, large central vacuole is present and cell wall is thin or thick. Central vacuole, what is their function? Their function is to give support, strength. So permanent tissue, they provide support and strength to the plant. And their cell wall, it may be thin, it may be thick. Then come to the functions. What is there in general? What is their function? Their function is to provide protection, support, storage, and to do the photosynthesis. Okay. Now, in this flow chart, you can see that plant tissues are divided into two important tissues, that is meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. And these meristematic tissues, they are further then classified into apical meristem, lateral meristem and intercalary meristem. And the permanent tissues, they are made up of mature cells which are incapable of division, and they are further divided into simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. These simple permanent tissue are further classified into parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. And the complex permanent tissue, they are divided into another two types, that is xylem and phloem. So xylem and phloem comes under complex permanent tissues. Okay. Let me tell you again. So meristematic tissue, they are having three another type: apical meristem, intercalary meristem and lateral meristem, which I explained you. Then permanent tissue, about that I have told you a little, which are mature cells and incapable of division. And they are of two types: simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Then simple permanent tissue, again they are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. And complex permanent tissue are of two types: xylem and phloem. So in our next class, we will be reading about parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma type of tissues. Thank you.